All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And off we go from Nashville. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. You look at this Buffalo defense, and they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him. And that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Got a man. That's Leggett. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Second and 10. Now the first carry here for the running back. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Allen off the play fake, rolling to his right, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
I like the thinking there because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against them. Able to gain some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for them on third down.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's third and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Gun.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now it's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Fisher. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can't he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And this one's incomplete.
You look at this Buffalo defense.
They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
This defense has a lot to be proud of coming off of the game they played last week. When you only give up 14 points in a game, not only do you give your team a chance to win, you fully expect to win because you figure your offense is going to score more than that.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Burrow will throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
25 yards the pickup there and also a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off.
And he coughed it up. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done. I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Coleman. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle to Davis. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. To the air, Allen.
And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The kick by Bass is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
11 MT tank. 11 MT tank.
Now it's Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
One, ready?
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here we go. 12.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Burrow looking to pass.
That is caught. And he will have the Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Titans had 6 and 9 to start play. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
In motion goes the tight end. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On one, ready?
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And he rifles one incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that will be incomplete as well.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right? Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play here for Buffalo. 42 yards.
Well, Josh Allen just might have the strongest arm in the NFL. And at 6'5", he can put his whole body into it, too. And this, an absolutely gorgeous throw. Perfect arc, and it results in a big, big pickup.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Now Allen. This one complete to Coleman.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Allen going to change this at the line. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Allen. Quick hit. And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up second down.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Now 2nd and 9.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here we go, here we go.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
11. Stop.
Play action. It's Burrow. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what?
11.
You're likely going to have to.
Stop.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 33. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. Pretty good location there on that throw.
It really was, wasn't it? That was likely one where the receiver was either going to catch it or no one. Really good decision. And, boy, what a catch and move right there.
And a tough spot to get it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Ready?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Burrow. And he fires one incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Right?
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Stop.
Now Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted.
Jair Elam makes a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. So that a definite deflator there on the interception.
Yeah, you work your way down the field thinking you're in position for a go-ahead score. but all it takes is one errant throw, and this one winds up a turnover.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And you wonder if they'll just take this 3-0 lead to the locker room.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Just one field goal and a tightly played first half as we resume action here in quarter number 3. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Here's Allen. And that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That one complete to Ligon.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
11. Here we go.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he's got this down to the 35. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 21. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Here we go.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Up the middle they go. It's Fields. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
That's caught right side by Palmer. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bills are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So after the INT, it's Allen.
That is caught. Kincaid with it.
And he's brought down. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Allen going to throw.
Dumps this off underneath. Here's Davis.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Now Allen. This is Coleman with the ground. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff looking right. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This taken in by Kincaid.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Dalton Kincaid.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bills have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is now 10-3.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
11 mighty.
They now
11
trail
mighty.
by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
11 Thomas.
Now it's Burrow. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Here we go, here we go.
The offense on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. From the gun, it's Allen. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
To throw, it's Allen. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
And this one is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Here we go.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Burrow on play action. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Allen now looks to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Allen to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
To throw is Allen.
To the sideline and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And this will be taken at the 13. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
They'll come up first and 10 here. To throw, Burrow. That one complete to Leggett. He's across midfield.
And finally brought down at the 38. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Here's first down.
Let's get set. 12, 12, 12. Stop.
Now Burrow. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
Another try, second and 10 now.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11. Stop.
A final shot now for Burrow. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.
This one came right down to the wire. And CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for the Bills,
they get an all-important 10th win to move them to 10-6 with 1 week to go.